knocking on the door, as I say, in his last few starts. His Jerry.
That off over 2 miles in the Listrona handicap. First to show in front is Transwood. Close up the top weight, Chantu Sisu, in between horses, Johanna Yeats, and also prominently ridden. Coming away from the first flight, less said the better. Transwood has built up an early lead of a good 4 lengths, followed by Johanna Yeats, less said the better, Chantu Sisu. Brilliant question on the inside of its time again, and then Cien d'Or and Plentiful. Second grey on the inside is Belle Lurette, and they're followed by We'll Have One. My Boy Bob held up out the back in these early stages, and then Condarcia and Dicey Riley. Transwood and Tiernan Parroach out clear of the field, turning in for flights 2 and 3. Less said the better. Dispute second place with Johanna Yeats. Round the bend for flights 2 and 3. Transwood leads in, less said the better, and Johanna Yeats. The one sticking out on the far side is Brilliant Question, and then Chantu Sisu and Cien d'Or, and It's Time Again, and Belle Lurette and Plentiful, and My Boy Bob as they arrive at the second flight. Transwood with a greatly reduced advantage over less said the better. Dark blue jacket on the outside of Johanna Yeats, the quarters, then Chantu Sisu, the far side, Brilliant Question, and then Plentiful, who's improved up to mid-div. Cien d'Or next with It's Time Again, and Belle Lurette, and Dicey Riley and My Boy Bob. Out the back, Condarcia, and We'll Have One, knocked back to last place. Circa to go, 6 flights left to jump. It's Transwood, the leader by 3. To less said the better, Johanna Yeats, an improver, It's Time Again, then Chantu Sisu, and cutting the corner, Brilliant Question, as they go to the uphill flight, the 4th, just outside the halfway stage. Transwood continues in front. Brilliant Question, all the while working up to the leader, and then less said the better, and Chantu Sisu, and they're followed by Johanna Yeats, and It's Time Again. Struggling at the back, We'll Have One. Sisu, It's Time Again is backtracking as they go to the flight at their point of departure, 3 from the finish. Brilliant Question, Transwood, less said the better, the 3 wide across the track, then Johanna Yeats and Cien d'Or, My Boy Bob, Chantu Sisu, Plentiful, and Belle Lurette as they head to the concluding half mile. Brilliant Question moves on by 2.5 lengths under Paul Cawley from Transwood and Tiernan Parroach. Third is Less Said the Better and James O'Sullivan. Johanna Yeats, Embrose McCurtain just 4th from Cien d'Or, who's closing for Danny Mullins. And then Plentiful and My Boy Bob and Belle Lurette and Chantu Sisu. And the back marker of the leaders is Dicey Riley. Heading for the final bend. 2 flights left to jump. Brilliant Question reeled back in by Less Said the Better and Transwood. Closely followed by Johanna Yeats, Plentiful, Cien d'Or, Chantu Sisu, My Boy Bob as they swing into the straight. 2 flights to jump on the Listrona handicap, and Brilliant Question on the inside turns in, leading Johanna Yeats, the white sleeve, Cien d'Or the near side, and then Less Said the Better and Chantu Sisu. Being switched in behind them is My Boy Bob, then Plentiful and Dicey Riley. Transwood has dropped away, and then Belle Lurette. It's Time Again's being pulled up as they come towards the final flight, and Cien d'Or leads. Racing for the last, it's Cien d'Or and Danny Mullins in front from Johanna Yeats, Chantu Sisu and My Boy Bob, and at the last, the leader is Cien d'Or from Johanna Yeats on the far side, who's having another crack, but it's Cien d'Or, the leader, driven out by Danny Mullins, pulls away to beat Johanna Yeats, and Chantu Sisu 3rd, My Boy Bob 4th, Plentiful 5th.
A comfortable win in the end for Pat Fahey's representative here. Cien d'Or, and a first success for the Scirocco mare, scores at odds of 8-1, taking the race by the